Hey coach, how are you doing tonight?
Alex, what's up? How are you?
Not too much. I'm good. This has been a weird year of college football. It's been a weird year with everything happening. Now that you guys have gotten through the COVID stuff and returned to somewhat relatively normalcy. Knock on wood, obviously. Sorry. But how good does it feel to just return to relative normalcy this week with Rutgers coming in?
Again, I think the big thing for us, Alex, is just, we take it day by day, man. And I get nervous even hearing you say, oh, good, we got through COVID. And I'm knocking on wood because we still test up until game day. And, this thing is still lingering around. And we're going to do everything we can to continue to get our players, get them to the games safe and healthy. But it's great to have a target, and then we always talk about the target, and we haven't, had opportunities here, missed some opportunities, and to be able to play a good team, Rutgers, to be able to judge and see kind of where we are as a program is good for a team that's in, as I like to say, our growth phase, because it really will give us a true barometer of a team very similar to us that's building and a well-coached team. So we're excited about the opportunity here to be in the shell one more time. And again, our seniors that we're sending off, we're excited about trying to send them out the right way.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll go to Emily.
Hey, Mike. I like the Christmas decorations you've got there.
Starting to look like Christmas around here, right?
First, just very quickly, is Ely out? He was on the depth chart.
Yes, he's out.
Okay. And then I was just going to ask, if at all, like, how does having a small senior class just kind of impact the dynamic of the team? I know you've talked a good bit about just how youthful, maybe too young to know any better. But just does that impact the team at all? Have you ever had a makeup, anything like this?
I mean, it definitely affects the team from the standpoint that when you lose the leadership of the experience that a big senior class, if you look at most recruiting classes, and I wasn't here for necessarily this class, I'm sure they came in with between 20 and 25 guys, and 50% of them probably are not here. And a couple of these guys are guys that came in as transfers and stuff like that. So, anytime you have that attrition, I mean, it goes back to, that's what we wanted to do when we came in a year ago, was to stabilize the program and then build a really strong foundation, when you have three different coaches, as this class has been through, and we've talked about the number of assistants that have come through the program during their 4 to 5 years here in our program, it definitely takes its toll. And, I know, for our future, it's really important that we keep players here. We do a good job of maintaining these classes, and we get them through here, graduating, and being able to use the experience that they gain from 4 to 5 years in our program to help kind of mold and show the young guys the Terp way and the way it should be done.
We'll go to Lila.
Hey, Lox.
Hey, Lila.
So you refer to the stadium as a shell a lot. Just kind of how did you come up with that and decide to start that?
I don't know if I came up with it. I just think of the turtle shell. We just built that shell outside the tunnel we're going to be running out of. And, I don't know. Maybe the marketing background from Towson State University kind of kicked in. I think it's a pretty cool name. I can't use the original name that I always used to say, so I kind of got rid of saying that word, and I just started calling it the shell, because we got this big, gigantic shell outside my office that when I'm on that patio, I can see. So can't say I thought that long about it, to be honest with you. Not a cool story.
And you always kind of talk about that kind of standard of playing at home. Just kind of what are you expecting from that, especially in the last home game of the season?
Yeah, it's really important to win and at home. I mean, that's one of the goals you have as a team, to have a winning record at your home stadium. You've got to make it an advantage for you when you play here, and I can't say that's always been the case, since I've been here. So I think it's important that our players understand that when we do have an opportunity to play inside the shell, we take full advantage of these opportunities. And obviously, the last time for these 10 seniors that to play here. We always kind of remember that last time. So we want to do everything and do our part to make sure we can send these guys out the right way.
And just one quick question. You've been wearing the Terp script all week, and I know you hinted on it on Twitter. You guys wearing those uniforms this week?
I hinted on that.
Yeah.
How did I hint on that?
I don't remember a specific post, but you did post something.
No, I mean, I'm a big Terps guy from, I think, the Terps, when I grew up in the mid 80s, when they wore Terps, they won championships. So I'm just trying to subliminally send the message that it's all about, representing the Terps I grew up. You got to earn the right to wear this Terps uniform. So nothing in particular, nothing special. I didn't realize I was wearing a lot of Terp stuff. Glad you pointed it out.
And to answer your question, the menorah is now lit.
Awesome. Happy Hanukkah to you.
Thanks, Lox.
We'll go to Jacob Steinberg.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Jacob, what's up, bro?
So playing Rutgers this week, they're a team that likes to utilize multiple quarterbacks, and that's not something that your defense has really had to face so far this season. So what are the challenges in preparing for that?
I think the big thing is just they do two different things. When they bring the other kid in, 21, he has a skill set, and there's certain things they like to do with him. And so we've got to be really clean. And when they make that adjustment and he's in the game, to try to call defenses that will, take away or make him play left-handed per se with what his skill set is. So it's almost like you've got to prepare for two different quarterbacks because they do have two different distinct skill sets. So it makes you have a bigger maybe menu of defenses that you've got to be able to call based on who's in the game. And, they do a really good job of being creative. And I'm talking about in all aspects, offense, special teams. They give you some issues on defense with some of the things they do. And when you watch them on tape, they got a lot of what I like to call loose plays where, they got tackles lined up outside the numbers. They, a lot of trick plays. So it's going to take us being really sound and play with great eye discipline on the defensive side of the ball because of the creativity they've shown as well as on special teams.
And just a quick follow-up, you obviously the offense didn't execute the way that you wanted against Indiana, and I'm sure you and the guys wanted to play last week against Michigan. So how pivotal has that extra preparation time been preparing for Rutgers?
Yeah, I mean that's I hope it works in our favor that we've had this extra time. But I'm a big believer playing in games and the game experience that these guys get are what's going to help us move the needle for our program. The practice time has been great to have. It's been good for us to kind of clean up, some fundamental issues that we may have. It also gives us a chance to, from a development standpoint of our young players, and with, us coming back with, 24 guys having missed because of COVID. Those guys now got an extra week of practice. So I'm hoping that it's beneficial. But like I told you, Saturdays with this team and a young team that we have is a lot like Christmas. You never know what you're going to get until you get there and open it up.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.